#1 ranking in the nation. And last year, he fell behind, didn't have the comeback to win, and Nick Lee won 5-4 in the dual meet that was in Rec Hall at State College. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, and here comes Chad Redd Jr.
Tim, I'm calling this match tonight. I mean, these two, perhaps the best wrestler on each team, arguably. I realize there's a couple ranked higher, but these guys are just dominating leaders, go-getters. I'm excited to see this particular individual matchup. So I like Redd's intensity this first 10 seconds. He's moving, faking. Lee loves to get his hands on you. He's great at grabbing you, pulling you. He's really good at Fireman's Carry series. Perhaps the best in the nation, along with Austin DeSanto, of running the firemen's and the dumps. So Redd wants open like he's doing well right now with body fakes and distance. Now he's getting tied up. He's underhooked a little bit.
That state championship in Indiana over Nick Lee for Chad Redd was one of 4 that he won at New Palestine High School, coached by his dad, Chad Redd Sr., who also runs a big club in the Indianapolis area. He's a 2-time All-American, Chad Redd, placing 7th and 8th his first 2 years. Nick Lee, a 1-time state champion. Then his senior year, he was homeschooled, so he could focus on freestyle. And all he's done at Penn State is become a 2-time All-American as a true freshman and sophomore.
Yeah, both these guys are dynamos, and their best wrestling is still in front of them. I mean, 4 years from now, these guys could be competing for the Olympic trials, and then this year, Lee is competing for the Olympic trials. Not necessarily a favorite in the weight-bearing Zane Rutherford and Yanni Diakomalis. Oh, nice head outside shot. That was really good from the open. Usually he does that off a fireman's carry first. Well, he's finishing clean, too. No playing around when he got it.
Great start for Nick Lee.
And, you know, talking about the Olympic trials, he did beat our Olympian Frank Molinaro in the Olympic trials in Dallas last month. So he is qualified for the final trials at Penn State later this year, in first weekend of April.
There's an Olympic qualifier in Dallas, the U.S. Senior Open, where Nick Lee qualified and will be wrestling at Penn State, sold out Bryce Jordan Arena for the Bryce Jordan Center for the final Olympic trials held by USA Wrestling April 4th and 5th. It'll be quite a show, and Nick Lee has qualified for that. He's from Evansville, Indiana. When he was wrestling in high school, it was for Mater Dei High School.
Keep it legal.
He's got a brother, Joe, that's on the a teammate at Penn State.
Yeah, Joe's doing great things in the room. So this has been a big ride by Lee. He has gone hard. I mean, Redd is getting buried on bottom. I mean, he's getting armbar chicken wing. Now he's basically stalling and just not moving, trying to keep him from getting his arms. Lee's got that back leg hooked. This has been a nightmare minute for Redd. 20 seconds left. I think the nightmare is going to continue. Redd needs to step up his game here. He needs to push back and limp his right leg out. He's really getting dominated underneath here. This has not been a good minute and a half for Chad Redd. A very good one for Lee.
You can tell that Nittany Lions have been working on that back leg trap and then the pressure up front in the room, because several of the teammates are using it, and that's a great first period for Nick Lee.
And the key to this first period was Lee taking the good shot. He goes in deep on a head outside shot. And, oh, look at the swim. He's in there deep on the shot. Redd sits the corner, but Lee gets his right arm across pretty fluently to finish.
Yeah, and what Lee does so well is a quick finish. He doesn't hang around. Nice job with the quick finish and the two-point takedown.
So Lee pounded on top. It looks like he's going to get away quick, too. Redd doesn't seem... Redd's tough on top if he can get your wrist, but Lee is determined on bottom. So Redd's got to try at least to get him down. He's responsible for at least trying. He's trying hard. He doesn't have a wrist, though. Okay, he's getting called for stalling because he didn't make a big enough effort to get him on the mat.
And your point, Ken, was a good one in that he was trying. The attempts were there, but Lee was winning that game and not letting it. It wasn't like Redd was just hanging on, but he did get called for stalling there. So that's a first warning for stalling, for not returning Lee to the mat. And now Lee gets out for one, out in front 3-0.
Beautiful hip heist. That was just perfectly textbook executed. I love to see that. More young wrestlers at home watching, you got to move on the whistle. And that's exactly what Lee did there. He did a good hip heist, not a switch, but just a hip heist for one. Hey, this is great. Now let's see if Lee stays on the offense, which it looks like he is. I mean, he's really stalking and pulling. Red needs to create space and start body faking. If Red's going to get in this match, he's got to open up his game on his feet and get to the doubles and low singles.
No, you're right about that, Ken, in that Nittany keeps coming. He's got a high pace going on. He's really coming at Red, putting the pressure on, and there's another takedown. Single to the double to the 2 points.
Wow. That was
5-0 now, Nittany. As he has done each of the other 2 times they wrestled, got out to a fast lead and put Chad Red in a position to have to come back. Well, we're there again. Deja vu all over again, but look at this ride that Lee is putting on. He's got the arm bar, a lot of pressure, keeping Chad Red Jr. belly down.
Yeah, Red did a good job not to get turned there. Lee was trying that arm bar tilt. He was trying to tilt him back in bounds. Red's trying to get off bounds. Lee is trying to keep his butt in bounds. Red needs to get a fresh start. Lee is just cranking. And there's only 10 seconds left in the period. Boy, Lee, great performance so far by Nittany, Tim. So Lee did exactly what you're supposed to do. He picked bottom, he got away, and he got right back on the attack. Coming off a restart here, you're seeing his hip heist. He moves really good hip heist, almost like a half stand-up to a hip heist switch action. And then he just gets after it. He goes back into the leg attack. He gets in deep, and he drives through on the finish, not stopping on his shot. Just textbook wrestling by Nittany in that period.
Textbook wrestling is right. He's done everything Nittany right. Takedown in the first period, takedown in the second period after a quick escape, quick takedown. This is 2 minutes of riding time for Nittany. Everything going his way.
Well, this is the hardest Chad Red's gone, but he only was able to do it for 10 seconds. Now he's stuck again on bottom. Lee is just pounding. Oh, he's deciding he's going for the major decision. How about that, Tim? He's not going to just be content to ride hard. He's looking for a cradle.
He's already out front 6-0. There's a warning on Chad Red Jr. underneath. Nittany out in front 5-0. And there was 1 point for stalling. And so now it's 6-0 with the riding time at 7-0. So only 1 more point needed for that major decision, which would be the second in a row for the Nittany Lions. Finishing strong, RBY at 133. Starting and looks like finishing strong, Nittany at 141 for the Nittany Lions.
Tim, he's got the rebar locked up. Underneath there, he's got that bar. If he can take him to the left, he's got to drive harder. I think he's going to get it. He's trying to tighten it up. He's pushing off that right foot. Red fought to free his arm. Red did a good job of fighting his wrist, but now, oh, good job by Red to get that arm out of there. I mean, Lee is working his tail off. The coaches told him to hold him down. He didn't hear the call, though. He lets him go. He's going to go takedowns. Expect a shot quick. Lee is pushing the pace. He knows he's got a nice lead here. He's got to get a major. A takedown would get a major.
Well, this is the match within the match. What happens for Chad Red for the rest of the year is how he responds and wrestles the next 30 seconds. It's not about winning here. It's about competing, and it's a team point that he can keep if Lee doesn't get the 2, and he does. So that's an extra team point right there if Lee finishes on top. Takedown, riding, and finish on top, which will make it a major decision.
Nittany is on fire, Tim. Again, that was beautiful. Spin behind to a sweep single. Another what I would call a textbook attack. He coming off the spin behind. He's going right into his reshot, specifically to a sweep single, reach behind finish. Very well executed.
Very well executed indeed. Nittany, number 2 ranked 141-pounder in the Flow Wrestling rankings, our partner in rankings, wins 9-1. That's another major decision, another 4 points, and now it's 8-3 for the Nittany Lions.
Holy smokes, Tim. Chad Red is really good, and he just got dominated right there. You see the reshot, sweep single, reach behind finish. I mean, Chad Red's the real deal. I could see him in the NCAA finals.